Vice President Kashim Shettima has restated the commitment of President Bola Tinubu's administration to improve the socio-economic conditions of Nigerians living in the most vulnerable communities. Shettima stated this when the Presidential Committee on Flood Mitigation, Adaptation, Preparedness and Response submitted a comprehensive report to him at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. The committee's report outlined a roadmap for improving the country's flood response and preparedness. The report is based on the findings of 3 previous and ongoing assignments, including the National Economic Council Ad Hoc Committee Report on Flood, ongoing, and the National Flood Emergency Preparedness and Response Plan 2022. The Vice President explained that the report identified vulnerable communities prone to flooding and presents a roadmap with recommendations to address the issue. Shettima commended the committee for its hard work and dedication. He directed the committee to present the report to the National Economic Council for further deliberations and possible ascension by the council. Earlier in his presentation, Professor Emmanuel Adanu, a member of the Presidential Committee and chairman of the Technical Working Group, identified the major causes of flooding in Nigeria and the strategies for mitigating its impact.
We've had lots and lots of problems with flooding in Nigeria, and we had lots and lots of misconceptions too in the flooding outlook in Nigeria, and certain incidences that have happened in Nigeria were blamed on certain things. One particularly is that most of the flooding we have in Nigeria used to come from Cameroon, which is totally false. And we try to explain it very well, while it's not so, because the water that comes from outside Nigeria into Nigeria is just about 25 or less % of the total renewable water in Nigeria. So most of the flooding that we receive originate from within Nigeria due to high rainfall and the mobility of the water around our drainage patterns. So we try to look at that. I'm not saying that the report also didn't say that contribution from outside cannot add to flooding. But in most cases, it's not the reason for flooding in Nigeria. Because in some areas, they believe that River Benue, Niger are the ones causing. There are floods in the environments that have nothing to do with these rivers, especially in the north. None of them is attached to this, especially central north. But to have flooding in such environments. So we'll try to identify the reasons for this flood and also put it in the roadmap